Welcome to the Forgotten ECE, the show where before and after school educators, summer camp and PD staff, and CYWs have a place where they are seen, heard, and valued. I'm your host, Jamie Wegler, and I am so excited you're here. Hey there, and welcome back to the Forgotten ECE, the podcast that puts a spotlight on the educators holding it down in the most overlooked spaces in early childhood education, before and after school programs. I'm Jamie Wegler, your host, and today's episode is one of those real life meets real needs kind of conversations. We're calling it, by we I mean I, no time, no budget, no problem, low prep experiences that matter. Because let's be honest, between split shifts, limited resources, and the constant dance of make it work, sometimes planning activities feels like just another thing on your already full plate. But meaningful programming doesn't have to mean more. Sometimes it's about doing less, but better. If you've ever felt this way, this is your episode. Let's just start with some honesty. If you're anything like me, you've had one of those days where you walk into a room, kids are buzzing, energy is high, and the schedule's off. And someone casually says, "Can you just do something until snack?" And you're standing there with what? A broken glue stick, 3 Uno cards, and a roll of tape? Sound familiar? If you've ever been handed a storage closet, a plastic bin full of tangled pipe cleaners, and told to just engage them, this episode is 100% for you. Because here's the reality of before and after school. Your planning time doesn't exist. Your storage probably shared with 6 other programs. Your prep budget, make me laugh. Your time split, scattered, and unpredictable. And yet here you are. You show up. You create safety, connection, and joy in the small windows between chaos. You are constantly improvising magic and still wondering if it's enough. I want to pause here and tell you something loud and clear. Low prep doesn't mean lazy. It doesn't mean less. It doesn't mean you're phoning it in. It means you are being responsive. It means you're being intentional. And it means you're working with what you've got, just like a great educator does. Take this with you. Here's a mind shift I want you to try this week. Say it with me. Number 1, I don't need more materials to create meaningful moments. I'll give you a second. I am the curriculum. Try it. Oh, beautiful. Loud and proud, people. I can do more with less on purpose. Yes. Let's stop thinking of no budget as a limitation and start thinking of it as a creative invitation. Do this with your team on your own. A journal prompt. Think of a time when something really simple led to an amazing moment of connection or play. What were you doing? What did the kids love about it? What made it work? Write it down. Celebrate it. That's pedagogy in action. I also am going to give you something else to do today because I'm just full of things to give you. Grab a stack of sticky notes, write one low prep idea on each that has worked for you, big or small. Stick them up in the staff room or share them with a group chat. Create a living wall of ideas that say, look what we can do even when the resources are tight. And I challenge you, no photocopies, no printables, no themed crafts, only repurposed materials, imagination, and real world inspiration. You will be amazed at how capable, inventive, and connected your class or program become. I'm going to say it one more time for the folks in the back. You are the resource. Your creativity, your patience, your willingness to experiment and adapt, that is what turns an ordinary day into something unforgettable. And you're doing that every single shift. Low prep doesn't mean cutting corners. It means centering relationships over perfection, connection before curriculum. It means trusting kids and yourself to make something meaningful out of what's right in front of you. Next, I'm going to dive into the 3 core principles that make low prepping programs not only doable, but deeply impactful. While I'm switching gears, take a moment to follow this podcast so you get up-to-date episodes of the Forgotten ECE. Da, 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 da. If you like my musical interlude, so great. All right. Let's break this down. Low prep experiences aren't about flying by the seat of your pants or just filling time. They're about responding to what's needed in the moment and setting up space for kids to be creative, curious, and connected. So, there are three core principles to guide your planning when you have no time, no budget, and zero patience left for scrolling on Pinterest. Principle one, leverage what they love. Instead of asking them, what should I do? Ask, what are they already into? Tuning into the children's interest is your best shortcut to engagement. If they're talking about Beyblades, Minecraft, Taylor Swift, or even slime, that is your entry point. You don't need to have a themed craft or structured activity. You just need to create space for their passions to show up and play. Try this. Set up a talk table with magazines, post-it notes, markers, and let the kids make fan boards of whatever they're obsessed with. This will help give you ideas on where to engage their interests or where their interests are already engaging and you can pull from. Build storytelling or role play around pop culture moments they care about. Kids can direct a commercial, act out a Pokemon battle, or even design their own superhero. Create a rotating what's trending poster in your room where kids can write or draw their interests. Use this to spark spontaneous programming all week. Educator tip, just listen during snack. Their conversations are the richest curriculum you'll ever find. Okay. Principle two, process over product. Say it with me. It doesn't have to look good to be good. Sometimes we feel pressure to send kids home with something quote unquote finished. So families see the value in our programs, but honestly, some of the most meaningful learning happens mid mess, mid idea, and even mid failure. Let's try this shift. Instead of let's make bracelets, say let's explore pattern making with beads. Instead of let's do crafts, say let's create with scrap paper and see what stories emerge. Display the process. Take photos of the building, testing, trying, failing, laughing. Add captions from the children like, we weren't sure if this would work, but we kept trying. Oh, and bonus tip, make a quick display board titled What We're Working On instead of What We Made. Watch how that subtle shift invites more exploration. There's less pressure put on the creation and more on the creating and more emphasis on that creating. Principle three, repeat with purpose. Here's a secret. Come closer. Are you listening? Can you hear me? You don't have to invent new activities every day. Repetition actually builds confidence. Ritual builds community, and predictability builds safety. Kids thrive when they know what's coming, and you thrive when you're not reinventing the wheel. Create a rhythm for your week that gives you structure, but still leaves room for spontaneity and flexibility. Try this week flow. Monday movement, which includes outdoor challenges, team games, etc. Tinker Tuesday, DEM, building, deconstructing old tech. I love letting kids take apart technology. If you've listened to before, I talk often about the engine I let the kids take apart that I got donated. I've also let them take apart typewriters, old computers, cell phones. They love to explore the ins and outs of different technology. Wonder Wednesday, natural exploration, mystery bags, see what happens. Think Tank Thursday. Creative problem solving would be a great thing that happens there. Group projects. And then finally, Free Chairs Fridays. The kids lead the way. Even just naming the days gives it a purpose. I want you to reflect on this for a second. What is something your group loved doing last week that you never repeated? And can it become a regular routine? Maybe it's a game that you had outside. Maybe it's creating your own superheroes. Maybe it was building houses and telling stories with them. Anything at all. Remember, follow their lead, honor their process, and repeat what worked. That's your new low prep framework. And it's not about doing less. It's about doing what matters more. Ready to get practical? Let's see. It is time to fill your toolkit. These activities are budget-free, set up light, and rich in relationships, creativity, and meaning. Most importantly, They work with mixed age groups and can be flexible depending on how much time, space, and support you've got. You're so lucky. I actually have 10 experiences for you. So if you aren't already concentrating on my voice, start concentrating now. I mean, I don't know how you cannot because I'm a little obnoxious. Hello, I'm here. All right, I'm done. I'm done. One, loose parts nature tray. Take the kids outside, let them collect leaves, rocks, sticks, flowers, whatever they find. Bring it inside, add some egg carton string or muffin tins, and let them sort, pattern, arrange, and create. This is beautiful because it's open ended, that involves sensory, and it's collaborative. It's great for quiet groups or transition periods. Next, the floor is lava. If you haven't done this, oh, you need to do it. Use cushions, chairs, cones, string, anything to set up an obstacle course in or outside. Challenge them to get from point A to B without touching the floor. Let them redesign the course next. And if you want to add some music besides you singing The Floor is Lava, you can actually play on Spotify, probably. The Floor is Lava. It's a song. Check it out if you haven't heard it already. It works because movement and creativity equal regulation goals. Kids build leadership and take turns naturally in games like this. Number 3, sticker storybooks. Fold paper into mini books. Give them a pile of random stickers. Challenge them to create a full story only using stickers as the characters or setting. This works because it sneaks storytelling and sequencing and creative thinking into the project. It takes zero to no crap, and there's tons of laughter. Number 4, tin foil sculptures. Hand out sheets of aluminum foil. That's it. Let them twist, shape, and build. It works because it's great for fine motor skills and imagination. There's no mess and no cleanup. You are welcome. Number 5 golden rings. Nope. 5 is actually mystery bag provocations. Fill a bag with 3 random items: a spoon, string, button, feathers, etc. Kids pull out an item and create a story, invention, or drawing using all 3. This promotes divergent thinking, and kids love randomness. And the stories they come up with will be hilarious, I assure you. Number 6 is shadow drawing. Take small toys outside, place them on paper in the sunlight, and have the kids trace the shadows and decorate or turn them into scenes. This works because science meets art. Kids get curious about light, angles, and change over time. Number 7, reverse engineering. Give them an old keyboard, broken phone, or toy car and screwdrivers. Supervised, of course. Let them safely take apart and ask questions. It promotes tinkering, focus, and logic, and it feels empowering to take real things apart. Number 8, human machines. In small groups, kids become parts of a machine, making sound, movement, rhythm. Another child has to guess what they are: a blender, a washing machine, a popcorn maker. This works because it promotes teamwork, listening, creativity, and again, lots and lots of giggles. And it's great for indoors or outdoors. One of my favorites, a mini talent show. Set a timer. Give the kids 10 minutes to prep. Then each child performs something like a dance or a joke or a magic trick, a drawing reveal, etc. Singing. Keep it optional but exciting. This works because it builds confidence, empathy, and audience etiquette. Plus, 0 materials are needed. Number 10, final. Fold a piece of paper in half. You are going to create a do-it-yourself board game. Kids can design their own board game, complete with rules, characters, and challenges. Then they play test each other's. It works because it combines literacy and logic and collaboration, and they get to be the creators, not just the players. And this is an excellent activity to pair an older child with a younger child and get them to work together. All right. Want to make it easy for you? Here's a bonus takeaway. Create a low prep grab bin in your room. Fill it with dice, paper scraps, straws, buttons, tinfoils, clipboards, tapes, and it becomes this launch pad for dozens of ideas. Also, post a "What can we try today" list on the wall. Include 5 to 10 of these ideas so older kids can self-select activities, giving them voice and ownership. Again, this can be done with group. You can sit and have a small group with some of the younger kids and having the older kids do this self-select activity, whatever you want. Oh my goodness, so many great ideas. I hope there's some takeaways for you. 10 tested, trusted, and truly doable experiences that cost you nothing but give your kids everything. So we've talked about the pressure to do more with less time, less budget, less space, and we've flipped that script. Because you and I both know that this work was never about perfect crafts or flashy programming. It's about being present. It's about those connections we make. It's about making kids feel like they belong. And it's about finding joy in the in-between moments. I just want you to take a moment to reflect. If you're listening to this on your way to work, in between split shifts, or while cleaning up yet another Lego explosion, I want you to pause just for a second and ask yourself, what is one simple thing I've done lately that sparked joy or connection? Maybe it was letting a child lead a game they invented, sitting down and coloring beside them with no agenda, turning a cardboard box into something magical. That counts, that matters, that is care, and it doesn't cost a dime. I would love it, love it, love it, love it if you guys could pick one low prep idea from this episode and try it, just one. Ask yourself what surprised you about it, or how the kids responded, or what did you notice about yourself during the experience. Write it down, share it with a colleague, or better yet, share it with me. I'd love, 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 love to hear how it goes. Tag me on Instagram, MissJamie_REC. DM me or use the hashtag #TheForgottenEC so we can celebrate the magic you're creating, even when it's scrappy and spontaneous. Here's the thing. You don't need a Pinterest board or a 5-bin system to be a phenomenal educator. You just need your eyes open, your heart soft, and your courage intact. And on the days when you don't have those things, you just need to show up, and that, my friend, is enough. Low prep doesn't mean you've dropped the ball. It means you know how to roll with what you've got. It means you're adaptable, creative, and resourceful as hell. It means you're doing real work in the real world with real kids, and you're doing it beautifully. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Thank you for being one of the educators that refuses to be forgotten. I see you, I value you, and I am so glad you're here. Thank you, amazing listeners, for your support. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at MissJamie_RECE. Give a star rating and leave a review. Have something you want to hear about in relation to before and after school programs or full day summer camp? DM me or comment. Again, thank you so much and happy learning.